Ay, güey.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at the NFC East quarterback rankings, all right? Let's take a look. They've been updated. This is serious. Boom, right? All right, man. So lots of changes here in the off season. So a lot of rosters, free agents have been added. Some have been let go, walking, and this sorts of thing throughout the division. And it's time to take a look at the whole division as a whole, ranking these quarterbacks, all right? So where does Dak Prescott rank as far as, like, you know, quality of the quarterback, chances of winning, chances of getting into the playoffs, winning, championship appearance, and a Super Bowl, you know, this sorts of things. So let's get into it. You know, where do we rank these guys at? I want to know what your rankings are in the comments. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see your rankings, all right? I really don't want to hear the crying and the moaning down there. Just give me your rankings, all right? I'm curious to see what they are. There is no right or wrong answer, I feel like. I think, you know, if you're taking a step back and looking at this thing realistically, you will come with, you know, a correct ranking, or one that's pretty acceptable, all right? So that being said, you know, let's take a look at these quarterbacks. First, you got Jaden Daniels. Going into the season, he will start at the age of 24 years old. All right. He already has a conference championship appearance his rookie season. That's crazy. All right. So there's something to be said there as far as his rankings would go. All right. So where would you rank him? The next starter here for the NFC East, you have your Eagles. All right. Jalen Hurts, he's going to start the season at 27 years old. That's still pretty young, all right? He's already had 2 Super Bowl appearances, conference championship appearances, and he's only 27, okay? We talk about this all the time, you know, and there's obviously there's the people that want to look away. The average age in the current climate of the NFL quarterback to reach the Super Bowl for the first time, you know, you can be with the team a couple years, but to get to the Super Bowl for the first time, the average is 28 years old. That's why I always say this is a young man's league, and it is. You see these quarterbacks that get to the Super Bowl for the first time. They're young. There are outliers, but it is very rare. Matthew Stafford comes to mind. He kind of bucked the system there, but that team was loaded. All right, loaded. So when you think about that, you gotta take that into account. You know what I mean? 28 is the average for a quarterback to take his team to a Super Bowl appearance for the first time. Right, 28 years old. A lot of these guys that have done that have reached it before 28. So, and that includes Jalen Hurts. He's already been twice. All right. Jaden Daniels knocking on the door. All right. The next team, the Giants. They have acquired Russell Wilson. He will start the season at 36 years old. All right. He's been around the league, been around the block now here for a bit, but can still win. All right. And he's still mobile. That's the key here. I think that's what's keeping him you know, in position to get starter role opportunities here in the NFL. He can still move. He still has the wheels. He's not afraid to take off with the ball. All right. So he also has multiple conference championship appearances, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win, 1 loss. All right. Multiple playoff wins, you know. So where do you rank him? All right. And then we get to the next team, which is our Dallas Cowboys. All right. Dak Prescott will start this season at the age of 32 for the 2025 season. All right. 32 years old. Hasn't gotten past the divisional round. And, you kind of have to wonder where he's at. So that being said, you look at these guys, within the division. This isn't a top 10 or anything like that. But you look in the division, where do you rank these quarterbacks? Who is the best quarterback in the division right now? All right. Which quarterback in this NFC East division gives you the best chance to win, to advance in the playoffs, and get to a Super Bowl? All right. So, if it's me, and it is me, motherfuckers. All right. I'm looking at credentials. I'm looking at this sort of thing. If I'm ranking this thing 100% honestly, the best quarterback in the division right now, based on what they have done, their work that they have put in, is Jalen Hurts. All right, Jalen Hurts would be the number one quarterback in this division right now, today, 2025. Like I said, 2 Super Bowl appearances, conference championship appearances. They're able to reboot this roster and get back online and lap us. All right, it's pathetic. Our front office is a bunch of buffoons. We keep getting lapped, and we already got lapped by Washington. All right, who's the number 2 quarterback in this division right now? All right, based on the same type of criteria that I have set here, obviously, with playoffs and wins and this sorts of things, I would go, with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson to me would be the number 2 quarterback. He comes into here already with skins on the wall. He's not the young guy that he was, but he's a guy that can get your team to the playoffs and can win. All right, he's a winner. So he would be number 2. Now, hot on his heels is going to be Jaden Daniels, who I have number 3. Now, some people may say, oh, Jaden Daniels is by far the best quarterback in the division. I'm not giving him that crown yet. I need to see some more seasons. We know how Dan Quinn operates. He's on a 3-year plan. After that 3rd year, most of his teams, most of his defensive units, they fall off a cliff. So they've got about 3 years to see how far they can get and how good Jaden Daniels is. So not quite giving him that crown yet, but damn, he looks like a good ass quarterback. And that's why, again, I say you gotta get young, man, because you can't be afraid of swinging for the fence, and maybe you will miss. And Washington has. They've swung a few times, more than a few times, with quarterbacks, and they've missed. They did good with RG. I thought he did a pretty good rookie year. But Shanahan messed his knee up. Was different thing. Kirk Cousins, he was an acceptable quarterback, but he is almost like a clone of Dak Prescott. These guys, Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott, are virtually the same type of player. Injuries can get you to the playoffs, but then they choke it up, right? They're the same kind of guy. So that's what I'm saying. Jaden Daniels, I think, has that opportunity to be the number 1 quarterback in the conference. But right now, it's Hurts. Number 2 is Russell Wilson for me. And there, you can argue Russell Wilson versus Jaden Daniels, man. But based on the criteria that I have put forth, he would be 3rd right now. But that could change very quickly after this season. So, and then obviously 4th place, man. I hate to say it, but it's Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? There are no skins on the wall. You know what I mean? There's just he hasn't won, bro. We haven't even gotten to a conference championship. Every other projected starting quarterback in our division has conference championship appearances. All right. We have not even sniffed one, bro. It is utterly pathetic. So, I hate to say it, man. And this is being 100% honest, bro. Of course, you have the deadheads that are like, oh, it's hate. That's all they can say, man. They have nothing. They have no other argument, bro. It's hate. Slap yourself in the back of the head like your mama used to do. All right. So, yeah, man, that's where we have the rankings right now. Now, if the Giants didn't add Russell Wilson, to me, Dak Prescott would probably be the third best quarterback in the division, because that would mean, New York would go with one of their backups, the Italian kid, or drafting a quarterback. You know what I mean? So we'll see how this changes this year. You know what I mean? If Dak Prescott can get this team to a conference championship, a Super Bowl, obviously these rankings will change. But right now, as it is 2025, those are the rankings, man, for me. All right. Like I said, I want to hear your rankings in the comments. Where do you have these guys from best to worst? I'll give you mine again before we cut out. Jalen Hurts, number 1. Number 2, Russell Wilson. Number 3, Jaden Daniels. And number 4, Dak Prescott. That's all we have, guys. See you for Monday for the next Mock Draft Monday. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.